In this video, we will be talking about ACA form creation, which will happen first in the ACA companion application, and we will follow up in the core application. To start with, I will navigate to my Report Preparation tab at the top of my screen. In this tab, I'm going to be able to determine which year I would like to generate these reports for. In the main part of my screen, I will be able to view all of the different suppliers in my database. Depending on how your database is set up, you might have one supplier to choose from or multiple, as you see currently in our screen. When you determine which supplier you would like to generate data for, you will select the Generate Data button on the right side of the screen that's adjacent to that supplier. After letting the database think for a moment, a new screen will populate. The first question that it asks is, does this data represent the 1094C authoritative transmittal for this ALE member? You will want to select yes or no, depending on if the supplier is the 1094C authoritative transmittal. If I select no, the below information will remove and I can generate the data. If I select yes, I will see the information pulling bottom part of my screen. I want to verify the below info, but I can manually update any of this, starting with the minimal essential coverage offer indicator. Setting these to yes indicate that this is a minimal essential coverage offer. Moving to the right part of my screen, I can view full-time employee count for all ALE members. You'll be able to see the number of employees populating per month. This data is what Aviante has calculated. However, if based on your calculations, you know this number to be different, you can simply add individuals onto this count or remove by using your plus signs just to the right of the number. Same for the column all the way on the right, total employee count for ALE member. Once again, the information will auto-generate based on the calculations within the database. But if you feel the numbers are different, you have the ability to manually override any one of these months. From here, we will wait for our screen, telling us that the data generation is complete. After this, we'll be able to see that the Generate Data button has now changed to Regenerate Data. If we should ever need to regenerate this information, we can do so by selecting that option. After the data has been generated, I will then navigate into my core application. In the main menu, scroll down in your list until you find the Reports option. I will then make sure that I select the All category, and I can look for the specific 1095C report. Clicking on this option will populate our report view window. From this screen, I can select the supplier I would like to generate for, as well as the year, what branches I would like this to populate for, and the order I would like to separate this by. If I decide that I'm not going to search for a specific SSN, I can populate this list with a %, which will search for all employees receiving a 1095C. I can then view my report, and the report will generate down below. From this screen, we can print reports or export this information if needed. Also be aware that there is an AQ version of this. It is called Get Employee 1095C Info. If you do need to regenerate information, you will just navigate back into your companion application, generate if anybody else was added onto that list after you had originally generated the data, and run this report, and the new data will populate.